Amy Rogers, president of the Gulf County branch in NAACP in Port St. Joe, serving Juanita and then entire communities within the county, Gulf County. Over the Port St. Joe, city of Port St. Joe is segregated. Blacks live on one side, whites live on the other side. Majority of the blacks. It's just in a clustered neighborhood there. The people in general, you have income level there. I see the median income. Most people are living below poverty. They're poverty stricken. The educational level is very it varies. Goes from elementary, majority elementary. We got some that high school diploma, but very limited with college education. We do not have any scientists and professional position, dentists and doctors. Don't have any like that. They're just, we have plain basic living people. Income level in our community now is the median income may be under the a majority of people under the $20,000 a year income. We have very few from our community that work at the Gulf Correction Institution, which is within the 30,000, but very few. But in our job-wise, over in the North Port St. Joe community, where it's the segregated black community, there are no jobs. Their businesses has completely gone. We now have on the business street, you have a nonprofit organization that's Gulf County United Community Development, and the NAACP office is located on that business street. In the 20s and the 30s and the 60s, what I was told in the 2030s, it was a very fast booming community. But as of 2011 today, we have nothing in our community. We can't even buy bread. It's difficult to buy a loaf of bread. We have to come out of the community and go over on the south side for eggs. Economy and it's rather difficult. We have a small store, but it's very limited. Mostly you could buy alcoholic products, but just for as basic living, basic meal, to make a meal out of it, we don't have. We have one grocery store in our community, but for as again, we have a lot of people who have to basically go and clean houses. On the weekend, there's a lot of tourists on the beaches. We're in a coastal area right along the waterfront. You have a lot of people there just make ends meet by going cleaning up houses. But the majority of the people in the neighborhood, they're retired people that have just honorably retired on various jobs there in the community, domestic work. There in the community, very few people, African American, worked at the paper mill, which employed over 500 people during the time the mill was open. The mill closed down in 1997. But most of the people in that community, they got jobs in as housewives, domestic cleaning houses, and the men got work and doing yard work over in our community to make ends meet for the African American community. Our schools, there's no schools in our community. Our school everything has been put over on the south side. And this year we just received notices from the school board that they have to downsize. Instead of having 6 schools in the county, it would be 4 schools in the county, and the schools will come from 1st grade to 6th grade and 7th grade to 12th grade. And they will be on the 7th to 12th will be on the same site. The middle school has been cut out due to budget cuts there. But we have a majority of our children have to be transported out of the from North Port St. Joe neighborhood and transported to the south side of the community. All our black schools was closed down over in our neighborhood. With that, it kind of has a bearing on the learning for African American children. We're like 2 and 3 grades behind. So as the year progresses, that we have, you know, a lot of kids coming out with just certificates and some none at all, no high school diploma, and we have seen crime rise up where people are basically trying to survive. Sadly, we had a group of teenagers rob the bank for $50 worth of quarters, trying to maintain to pay basic utility bills. And living on a fixed income of $300 a month, $500 a month, no subsidized housing, public housing in our community. Only people have their houses that their grandparents and great-great-grandparents have left them, and it is seemed like our community is driven by real estates, and property in this community on the poor whites and the poor blacks in general is right close to the Gulf, and it seemed like a challenge to try to hold on to that property because it's so much of a challenge for the developers coming in trying to